5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, back to another segment of Kelly's Corner. It's Thursday, so it's the day that we really show off some pieces that Miss Kelly's picked out around the store, and got some really cool things. Even have some frequently asked questions, or I wouldn't say that, some kind of jewelry facts and stuff we've looked around that are kind of interesting too. But we're back here at the Log Cabin in the Little Rock store with your host and co-host, Miss Kelly Bomar and William Jones here. So, Kelly, how's everything been going?
It's going great, William. I think it's been nice, the business that we have had, seeing the regular faces, our friends that are starting to get out, and if you want us to wear a mask, we'll wear a mask. We're very accommodating here. We're still, if you want us to bring you something outside in the car, I mean, it's just whatever we can do to accommodate, because everybody has a different take on the virus.
For sure. So. And it has been so fun because it's our 50th anniversary sale going on right now, so we've had a lot of people in and out of the store. And our store's set up great, so you get a lot of space in between one another.
We have a private conference room that if you request that, we're glad to accommodate you there.
We've even shown jewelry on here too, so for the people that aren't wanting to get out, this is a great way for them to look through. And you've picked out some great pieces.
These are pieces that I feel like some are kind of a core piece. They're a good add-on piece. They have just that summer happy color choice, color palette. So these are kind of fun. And I will say that you're going to look at some of these and think, no way, not for me, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of girls, younger girls that want to still wear a more delicate ring. I think, honest to goodness, the older we get as a women, the larger our jewelry gets. And it just happens. Yeah. It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all.
Once you get a large, like this particular piece, that is incredible. And it is. It's a big, beautiful combination. This makes me think of Cabo. This makes me think of Spain. Just being on vacation.
Look at that picture there. So we've got it pulled up here. So that's a turquoise center stone with coral that is sheer prong set around the sides of it with a really cool texture to it.
This is your go-to look if you're going to dress, put on a beautiful white linen outfit and you just want to pop that summer color, that vacation feel. This is exactly. The gold keeps it warm like the sun. Yeah, this is exquisite. I would dare to say this is probably just a one-of-a-kind
That looks
piece.
Like some type of, bohemian.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Really cool. Yeah. Jewelry. I love the colors to it. It's great for the beach, especially pool. Very durable too. And loving, coral jewelry, you can kind of date it. It's normally got some age to it on the design because coral's actually on an endangered species list too. So you can no longer, you'll no longer see new jewelry manufactured with new coral. But wonderful pieces there. And the turquoise is something that's extremely durable. And the thing I always love about some of these bigger rings is they fit. Actually, they're more easily worn than the smaller rings.
Right. Well, this gallery, the inside is really smooth. Mm-hmm. So get this fitted to your finger size. There's so many ladies, friends of mine, that I can see this on them and just wear it beautifully.
Yellow gold has been so strong in style, especially, like I said, we did kind of a thing Thursday talking about gemstones, semi-precious stones, and a lot of the semi-precious stones like that, you can actually wear them more. They're a little bit more durable, and plus great value on the ring. All this stuff is in our 50th anniversary sale too. So if you see any of these pieces, you want to try them on or look at them, feel free to let us know. And like I said, Miss Kelly, you're in Little Rock. We're in Little Rock today. We're all around, so got some great pieces.
Yeah.
Now this next one, is this from the Maza collection? Is this one of the ones that you like so much, or is this the? Tell us about this on the gold coin.
Okay. No, this is actually not from Maza. I do have some Maza pieces to show you. These pieces, I guess I'm very fond of them because I think coins are always kind of a classic, never go out of style. And I also think of this piece as being a wonderful start for maybe a graduation present. Mm-hmm. Give them this, and then this is something they can add on to different charms. Yeah. It's kind of a really pretty start. And then this is your classic layer
everyday.
Everyday. been around as long as I've been in the industry.
And let's look at this, because I've even got some cool little, facts about jewelry here. But let's look at the design here and why it's so classic. I mean, you have kind of a gold coin look to it with the chain link. So, I mean, a lot of times, jewelry was even made like this because you could transport your wealth. It was very secure to go on there, and you would trade with this. So we talked about the other day coinable metals like gold. Like, say, years and years and thousands of years or hundreds of years ago, more recent times, you could have worn a coin on here if you were traveling. It could have been a gift to somebody who was traveling that needed to travel with money or anything on like that. But really cool. The oldest known pieces of jewelry date back to about 100,000 years ago. And they were actually...
Before Sissy's Log Cabin?
That is a little bit before Sissy's Log Cabin. The majority of jewelry was made out of shell, organic materials that, were symbolic. Maybe it was given as a gift, or, even then they even talk about people used to barter in shells and things like that. So jewelry has always been like the bracelet here.
Yeah, and you think of pieces like amber as being something that you could trade. And I just recently watched the Outlander series, and it was real interesting. In there, she was given this beautiful piece of amber as a wedding present. Yeah, and it kind of shows back up in the film, and it talks about in the amber the bug that's captured in it, and how recognizable and how unique it is with the amber pieces.
Very cool.
Yeah,
we've got a lot. I mean, even one of the Sissy's favorites is the widow's mites, like in the widow's mite, like in the Bible, where the widow gave their last piece of money to the the offering. We actually have some of those coins, so a lot of these have a lot of history to them. It's something you can wear around, and it was probably worn around thousands of years ago too.
Yeah,
cool.
Create your own story. Yeah. Well, and we go back to gold, and these are just exquisite, basic gold
hoop earrings there.
Yeah, I'm seeing this just all summer long.
These are very lightweight to wear too.
Right.
Very easy to get on and off the ear and secure with kind of the way that the clasp goes onto the back of it. But yellow gold has been so popular. I mean, my wife, we went out to the pool the other day, and it was black bathing suit, yellow gold. I mean, it's
very Versace.
Yeah.
Very Gucci.
Bougie, yeah. And this is so cool because this design, this twisted design, almost goes back into some of a lot older styles we would see. And we talked about the other day that gold is so malleable, so you're able to actually bend it and move it together. So you see a lot of the twisted styles and a lot of the chain link styles, like we saw in the bracelet before. It's because they could stretch the gold out, they could roll it out, and then actually roll and twist them together, and so you really get some of the designs there, and it's just a classic look to it.
Yeah, and the size, it's not overstated.
That's a big thing too.
Yeah, but a lot of gentlemen that come in and go, she's very conservative, and I think of this as a conservative style.
Yeah.
You're not pushing the limit on the size, so
very easy to wear. It's getting warmer right now. You're not going to have a lot of weight pulling down in your ear, and you're not going to have something laying on your neck too.
Yeah,
so
those are gorgeous.
Very nice.
Gorgeous.
So this is another one, Baroque pearl earrings. Now,
this says beautiful summer wedding. These are absolutely gorgeous. The movement, the way that these have been hinged, so that they do move when you have them on your ear, and these are just simple and gorgeous. And we also have these with the white gold at the top too.
Now, you may want these touching your neck because, like we always say, Southern tradition, pearls are always cool to the touch. Now, and pearls are the only gemstone that comes from a living animal. So, these come from oysters, clam, different things on there, that it's actually a material that goes in, and they call that the nacre layer around them. You can kind of see in the picture where you get kind of the tints of the purple and almost the Easter April colors there. And it's a kind of an effect that happens when light hits it, and it's just a gorgeous look to it. It is. It's the luster. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one thing I find interesting, because it's such a southern concept, or is so popular, is atta pearls.
Yeah.
And I grew up, or was raised, or born in Helena, and I ran into some of my old Helena friends this past week, and she had on her Ada Pearl necklace,
Mhm.
and I noticed it's the really teeny small pearls, and
Yeah.
those are the natural pearls.
Yes.
That you rarely ever see. Now we do have them available for Ada pearls. Most of the pearls, as you talked about, are cultured pearls
Mhm.
now. Ada pearls natural pearls are kind of obsolete.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that's kind of too. It's so hard. It's so hard to produce a roundness to it. Now you can get natural pearls, and one of the only ways that you can actually tell the difference between a cultured pearl and a natural pearl is actually X-ray it.
right.
And so that's one of the things that goes in there, because there will be some type of material on the inside that was placed in the oyster's mouth. But X-ray is about the only way you can.
It is, and we've actually had clients that have wanted pieces authenticated, and we have sent them off to a lab to be.
Yeah, and now reflecting on some knowledge here is that don't just go out to if you've got a doctor friend, go out and try an X-ray, because there are some types of pearls. If I remember, they can change the color of them. I remember, after 2001, they started X-raying packages and things like that, and that was one of the things that could happen to us. Could mess up your pearls there. So yeah, but a really weird way, and this is just in Arkansas.
I think the doctor's too busy right now.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah,
They're
that's exactly it. I think that's non-essential there.
Yeah.
So non-life-threatening to get your pearls
Anyway,
X-rayed.
but I wanted you just to, price-wise on these, about $1,900, and then again, blue tags, so they're going to be on sale. I mean, that's a beautiful look. They do have a big look, but they are not heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I can promise you that they're
Bring
not
a
going to
little
weigh your ear.
If you miss the beach trip this year, bring a little ocean back to you.
Exactly.
Mhm.
The pearls.
That's cool. So, this is really, really cool. Now, this one, if I remember, the Amethyst and Tanzanite ring. Yes, this is a really cool combination. Yeah. Okay. Tell me a little bit about this one.
This is only because when I see this, I think of Laugh-In.
Mm-hmm.
Rowan and Martin Laugh-In. It was from the 70s in Flower Power.
Yeah.
That whole concept, because it just screams happy and giddy. Yeah, this is definitely one of a kind. Laugh-In was funny. There was Twiggy. I'm trying to think of all the different characters from that TV series.
Look at this picture here, and it's just got the colors here are fantastic, and that's what's so cool. And a lot of these designs are in flowers, because you really take the beautiful look of a flower and make it last forever.
Yeah. Well, and you have to understand too, that picture, you may want to see this on my hand, in that this particular ring is about 30 millimeters.
It's very large.
Yeah, it's very, very impressive piece.
And it's cool because it's a Tanzanite in it, and Tanzanite only comes from one place in Tanzania. And the way that the crystal structure is that when you look through Tanzanite one way, you see purple, and when you look through the other way, you see blue. And so what the cutters will do is they will figure out the perfect angle to cut from the top, so you see both at the same time. So it's really just almost an optical illusion of how pretty the stones are, and going with something so similar as the amethyst and the other really gives it a cool look.
It's a beautiful combination. Absolutely.
And that was in white gold or yellow gold?
It's in white gold.
And that's something you don't see a lot unless you get really, really fine colored gemstones, because white gold, like we talked about today, kind of has almost a white reflection back into it, so you really have to get some deep colors and looks to it to really get that. I want to see that picture one more time.
Pure pastel.
Yeah.
It's very pastel.
So, and another cool thing is that the Tanzanites, they have to where you can heat it to a certain degree, and it gets a little bit darker. And they used to think that it was from the fields that were burning. They would find the stones that came up to the top and really get the cool picture or the color to it there. But the craftsmanship in that, that is a summer piece. If you wanted to look, my new word is bougie. If you wanted to look bougie at the pool or anywhere, this would be one for you here.
It's beautiful. So pretty. So different.
And everything's 50th anniversary sale this year, too. So we've been in business now for 50 years.
It's wonderful.
Not quite as old as the first pieces of jewelry, but it's amazing some of the pieces that we've gotten to recreate and some of the things that do come into the store. And you just got to come in. Like I said, every single store has a different inventory, wonderful pieces out there, and really cool items around. Now, this is another one cool. Talk about really cool gemstones. We have a green opal.
This
Check
speaks
that.
to you.
Yeah, it does
really,
for sure.
Really speaks to me when I and it also it is the October birthstone, but anybody that loves this should purchase one and enjoy it.
Look at that picture of it too, because you see that and you almost look like that's Photoshop, but it's not. It's a opal is kind of an organic gemstone. They still do not know how it gets that play of color through it. It really does something with the light.
There's a lot of folklore about
Yeah,
lightning
a whole lot of
striking,
folklore.
and
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah. One of the coolest gemstones. You see it in movies and things, and you really can actually get lost in it. I think I've heard it like looking into opals, like looking into the universe.
Yeah.
It's very symbolic. Like if you look up what was this show Morgan Freeman used to do? Space? Was it Space with Morgan Freeman? And it would just show some statistical graphics. Opals literally look like galaxies just piled upon each other.
Well, and with opal too, this particular one has more presence of the green and the blue, and you hear a lot of people, want some red, I want some orange, and we have all those different colors in the opal. I think a lot of it is what they saw maybe growing up, what their grandmother had. They loved her opal ring. It was something they can relate to. They're drawn in by that particular color. And also, I think what's fascinating about opals is that if you're interested in some kind of the nerdy things, is the mining of these particular stones, because they're mined really, really deep within the earth, and these stones are not taken out quickly. Because they have to almost pressurize them, just like you were underwater and coming up.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of fact with opals. They do have to take them out of the ground gradually, because opals are 50% water, and it's a really interesting fact.
And that's what we always talk about. There's so many differences in not only the price but also the styles and the gemstones themselves that you need to come and look it up.
I do, and I also find it's interesting. We have so many clients that like to share their knowledge. They've traveled maybe to New Zealand or Australia and went and did a little of their homework and studied and found out a lot of tidbits about opals, maybe purchased one. So I think that's fabulous to for them to kind of educate us on their pieces. This is lovely. It's a pretty size too. I don't think it's over, it's not too big, it's not too small.
Perfect, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Wear it around a lot.
Really is. That's beautiful.
Let's go back on it. So we'll get into something more modern day and Lagos. We always love the Lagos. Now, this picture, my wife actually sent me this one. Said she would love to have this because it looks that summery beach look again. It has pearls in it and really cool clasp system too on how this necklace gets on and off.
It's the toggle.
The toggle.
Yeah. This is again, it's very European. Most of them do wear the toggles in the front, their clasp or can go in the front. They don't necessarily think of them as being just utilitarian and wearing it in the back. It's part of the design and beauty of the piece.
When I was a kid, that was the most entertaining thing to me on that clasp. It's such a cool design. It's very easy to get it on and off. One of the cool things, too, is you actually take it on and off from the front.
Right.
So it's very easy piece.
Yeah. And yet my ladies that are going, Kelly, I can hardly, handle my clasp, my fingernails, my dexterity, all that. Yeah. And, this prices itself at $500. So, So this is a really beautiful gift, and it can be for any age. I think of this at any age, loving this piece. And I will tell you this, this pearl comes on and off. So if you want to just wear the chain, you can just wear the chain. So it's enhanced on the back.
Oh, it does have one where it can go on and off onto it. Yeah.
Right, so you're kind of getting you're getting your chain if you just want to do that by itself, which is a wonderful piece.
And that's one of the things that's so great about Lagos jewelry is that it comes in so many different price points too.
Oh.
I mean, you can come in whether you have a $100 budget or you want to spend tens of thousands of dollars. There are different designs from different metals, size. I mean, every single design has different sizes, metals, stone
It's a
options.
very easy line to shop
Mhm.
as a salesperson and as a customer, because, and we actually have it laid out in the store, William, where it's kind of a price point and its
Yeah.
style, and it just goes to, it makes sense once you start adding the gold, once you start adding the diamonds, then yes, the price is gonna increase. It's not gonna be crazy, but it
Yeah.
just has a little bit of, so if that customer comes in and they are price shopping, we can get you into a beautiful piece within that category with what, their needs are, as far as, do they want a little bit of gold, a little bit of diamond.
It's an extremely recognizable brand too. So real quick, what is the most recognized piece of jewelry? The most recognizable piece of jewelry?
Engagement ring.
A Princess Diana's sapphire
and
engagement ring.
Yeah, sapphire
So
and diamond.
world renowned, that would be the most recognizable. Now in Arkansas, it might be Lagos jewelry.
True.
So- because it's something that goes around everywhere. You can wear it around, and very easy to.
Yeah.
And talking about that, some of the new bracelets they've done, the turquoise, the bracelets on this, Lagos bracelets are probably our number one selling item because they're so easy to wear. They're very relaxed fit. They look great. Sterling silver is such a high luster. And this one's, I love the stack you put together
Yeah,
here too. 'Cause this
is his blue caviar, and I am gonna say I feel bad about doing this only because it is the only one I have.
Yeah.
It is the only
Because-
one. Because of the virus and because of the manufacturing slowdown, it was launched, and then all of a sudden the manufacturing slowed down.
Mhm.
So I feel so bad, but I do have, this is such a beautiful piece, 13, it's about 1,300. It's gorgeous. And again, wear it by itself, wear it with what you already have, pop it if you've got some coral pieces. We went back to, how beautiful coral and this blue are together. This is such a statement piece.
Now it is a power bracelet, and
Oh, yeah.
you get the turquoise to it. It's such a cool look for your summer colors, your whites, your lighter colors, and it stacks really well with all the other Lagos bracelets.
And I will tell you this, they offered this piece when he started introducing his color ceramic. He offered this in black, and I have it in fabulous statement piece. Love it, and
Yeah.
the clasp is probably one of the easiest for women to do by themselves.
Yeah.
Because it's so large, it has a little push button. It really couldn't be any easier.
Real quick, you can't see it from the pictures, but show it on the jewelry camera on the inside of the bracelet too.
Oh, it's finished
Because
out
you would wonder
beautifully.
how that would fit, but look at the caviar on the inside's actually pushed off, so you get a little bit of space in between it. It sits very flat. It allows for air to go through there, so it's not going to be really hot. I mean, these pieces are designed the entire way through to be worn all day long and be very comfortable. And look at the clasp on that too. That in itself is cool.
Yeah, it's such an easy clasp. It really is. Yeah, that's beautiful. But you know what? Like I said, I have one of these.
Yeah.
Until some more, until our
Well,
shipments
show
get
us some of
built in.
the diamond on there. What is that? The derby or?
No, this is the inside the circle with
Yeah.
the diamonds on it, and I guess the reason I love these two is I think of symbolism. If somebody comes in and they're going, Kelly, is this for an anniversary? I think of the continual diamond circle, kind of
Yeah.
in that way. I think that's such a pretty piece. I tend to go for one that maybe has what I call a focal point.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other piece I selected, this has got the 3 diamond X's, and they're kind of spread out. So I kind of have a focal point, and
Yeah.
then I have just one.
I really like that.
Isn't that pretty? Plus I go back to symbolism.
Mhm.
I have a lot of people, this is, they'll come in and go, we have 3 kids, we've been married 3 years. Do you think
Yeah,
this would
that's
be
so great.
something that,
Mhm.
would mean? I mean, and you can explain that to her. I chose this because, we have 3 children, and these are the 3 little diamond X's in
I
white
love that.
gold.
I love the diamond. Now, I've got another cool little fact over. The first diamonds were found in India in the 4th century, and they actually only thought that They thought the only place in the world diamonds were was in India until the 1800s when they found like a 21 carat in Africa. So they used to be found in only alluvial deposits, which are actually where they are pushed out of the crust, and that's generally when they're washed down into a river or stream, kind of polished by the river and debris, and then they would find them in there into the rivers, and that's actually where you find your best quality diamonds because they've been polished and the rough is in the best condition. But ever since the 4th century, diamonds are some of the best jewelry, or are one of the best stones and most popular stones to put in engagement rings, anything like that, because they're so hard and they are so durable and they last so long. They never really scratch or they really maintain that brilliance to it.
Yeah, it's such a pretty combination.
It really is. Now here, this is some Maza we're talking about here. Those are the
Venetian glass.
Yes, Venetian glass, sapphire, and pearl.
Well, and you've got the little sapphires, the small ones, and then for those that have watched, you know how
you love Maza.
I do love Maza. I love it. I love the beauty in his designs. It's probably size-wise the pieces. Most of his pieces are not so delicate. They're a little bit of substance to it.
One thing I love is we were talking about jewelry being so old and why gold is on there malleable is that Maza really gives you that look of how the jewelry looks when it's handmade. As you can see, even see the bezel setting of a stone. If you just made this, if you had simple tools and an expert craftsman, these are the kind of designs that you would get.
Right, exactly.
And from the bezel setting that goes around it.
Well, and the pearl at the bottom is free-formed. It's almost like it's not really attached. It's just there. And the ladies, I think most ladies, if they have a preference, they would prefer, this has got the post, but it has the omega, or some people call that a French back, but that is just a sign of a finer earring.
Yeah,
is to have that type of back, and it really does. It's easy for a lady to put on because she can do this basically one hand up, and then she's not having to push the post or the nut through the post. So yeah, it's really simple.
So sapphires come in every single color except. They come in every color under the sun except for red.
Oh,
and the
red,
only difference is because they're considered
that's kind
rubies.
of a trick question.
Yeah, it
Come
is
on.
absolutely. So
Okay.
sapphires come in every single color. Sapphire and rubies are in the same corundum family. So
Right.
really, it's just a color call difference into it. But come in every single color. The only difference is if it is red, it's not a sapphire. It's a ruby. Mm-hmm.
Right, and then you start getting into pink sapphires, which some people say, is that a ruby? Well, there's kind of that fine line between.
Color call too.
Right, yeah. Is it a ruby? Is it a pink sapphire?
So,
those are kind of interesting, educational. When somebody comes in, they'll go, well, it looks like it's got a little pink to it. Well, then it's because, it could be, it's pink sapphire.
Brings us to the next one. We might have to talk about this one. Is this sapphire here, or is this the yellow gold? Let's pull up the picture of it so we can make sure we're getting it right.
Yeah. Oh.
Here we go.
Yeah. This is Tourmaline and pearl from Maza with the toggle clasp.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is, and so a cool thing about Tourmaline is that the crystal structure of Tourmaline is that one way you look through it, you can't see through it. So, and the top you can. So one way light can pass through it and one way light can't. So you get some really cool deep colors from Tourmaline.
Well, and Tourmaline also comes in all colors, without exception.
Yes.
So that's interesting to study a little bit about Tourmaline. When you look at the green Tourmaline, the crystal is a very clean crystal. The further down the line you get, and you get more into the pinks and rubellite, which is a form of Tourmaline, the crystal's not going to be. So you have to kind of accept the fact that it might have some bubbles and some little inclusions in the pink, which is it's kind of fun. Come in. Right now we do have a really nice selection of loose tourmalines. We have them mounted. If you've never had one or been exposed to a tourmaline, I would love to show you just the range in colors. It's one of my favorite stones just because of the range of color and the beauty.
Gorgeous look to it. It's real cool. We were in when I was in gemology school in California. We went to a Tourmaline mine.
Oh, yeah.
And it was I think it was around the 1800s. There was a Chinese empress who collected pink tourmaline. She actually wanted all the world's pink tourmaline. And so in this area we went to, tourmaline would grow in two different colors. You kind of get your normal,
Right.
the green and then the pink.
Pink.
And so what these miners would do is they would mine the tourmaline, and then they would just break the green piece of it off and throw it down the mountain. So like where we were, they had just massive pieces of this green tourmaline that weren't even really found until, the last 60,
Yeah.
70 years, because the mining process only wanted the pink side of it.
Right.
Whereas now you get kind of that green too, and with the way they cut it, it's just fantastic.
There was a wonderful, you were talking about the pink and the white. We have what's called the watermelon tourmaline, which is a beautiful combination of both the stones.
I love the bro pearls on here too, and it's so tourmaline's very comfortable to wear. But like we said, the pearls are so great this time of year in Arkansas just because it's cool to the touch.
Yeah.
And again, another bracelet that's very easy to get on and off with that cool. What did you call the
Toggle. With your
class?
toggle class.
I like it.
It is very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love that.
Now, kind of getting to something a little bit more modern, something that we have in the stores, tag watches. We carry a lot of different high-end watches. This is I love this design here
No,
too.
I love it.
Bougie.
Bougie. I love this. Is the height of summer.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what she needs. It's the Monaco for women. Ugh, this is so beautiful.
With the alligator strap and the mother of pearl dial. On here. And it really has that square look because, that kind of that Art Deco geometric minimalist look has really been back in style. White is so popular during the summer. It's something you can really dress up. That's a great picture of it right there. Fits very well. Now, is this automatic?
I don't
I think so.
Let's see.
We'll have to look on there, but tag watches will come in, a mechanical movement to where it's actually wound or it goes off either just the movement of wearing it, and we also have them in quartz too, to where you have a battery into it. It's going to keep time for as long as the battery life is, up to a few years. But great.
No, this is
class
actually quartz.
Okay.
Which is why its price point is so good on here.
And 50th anniversary sale here too.
Right, exactly.
So if you
But the nice thing too is if you're just kind of in the market, we have the men's Monaco.
Yes, that's a cool watch.
Which is such an iconic watch.
Is it Steve McQueen?
Steve McQueen
Yeah.
from the movie Le Mans, and for those what we call around watch geeks, they tend to whether they have it in their collection, they want to at least see it. Well, this is the female version, which is so pretty. This has got your stainless steel, so it is white and crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
and it's
that.
got a deployment strap, which is one of my favorites, just because it's easy to reach back there and
Easy to
pop
size,
it.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Very easy to size, very easy to get on and off,
Yeah.
very secure. I love, you can always tell the higher end watches, they have these clasp designs because not only does it, they keep it stronger, allow for sizing, but it also sits on your wrist better. So it doesn't rotate or anything, and then very nice.
Yeah, that's a beautiful.
Looks good with yellow gold or white gold too.
Yeah, beautiful watch.
Well, let's look, we've got a cluster pendant here. Is that what you would?
Yeah, and the reason I went and selected this, I do kind of gravitate back to the gold. This is a beautiful piece. It's for a woman who doesn't want just a single solitaire drop. She wants something a little more showy, a little more stylish. And the price point on this, William, is ridiculous.
What's the price on it?
It's a stern piece, which so we know this is $15.95.
Really? And that's going to be on our blue tag
Yeah.
anniversary sale also.
Yeah, $15.95.
And look how large that is in your
look at
hand.
this,
So that's,
and the diamonds. I mean, yeah, I just the value is just phenomenal with this particular piece, and with Stern. We've talked about it before. We only get 2 buys a year, and we get what we can get when it's
we
on.
get as much as we can because they make some wonderful jewelry.
Right, the quality and the diamond quality, but I mean, I just at $1,500, I mean,
And that's what's great, whether you're looking for an engagement ring or we have so many pendants. I almost wish we could just go and do a show over a case and go through because we have thousands of pendants in every single store. So you could find something, and they're all one-of-a-kind pieces. Not like you said on this, Lane Stern does a couple manufacturing runs a year.
That's it.
And then that's all you can get.
Yeah, when it's gone, it's gone. And it's kind of, as a sales associate in the store, it's our go-to for a look like this that has so much diamond weight, and the value is just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Real quick, when was the first, back to the jewelry facts, the first engagement ring? Any idea?
Well, I do, but I know the
Yeah.
answer.
So the first engagement ring was given in 1477 by Maximilian of Austria. He gave it to his beloved Mary of Burgundy, a ring as a promise of the impending nuptials back in 1477.
Aw.
So we've been doing engagement rings since then. It's worn on your left hand because it's supposed to have a vein going directly to your heart, be the closest to your heart, and very sweet to it. So
sweet.
cool thing out of there. Well, let's now the last one.
Our last is the kind of the wow.
The wow piece
It
here.
is they're definitely.
I think
the
it may
wow.
be the flower ring, but these are right next to it.
Yeah. These are definitely of the wow, emerald cut and diamond earrings, and I'm kind of a little. The reason I love these is because I always think of emeralds as being an emerald cut, and so these have the emerald cut centers. Most of the ones that you see in this design are going to have ovals or rounds.
Mm-hmm.
But these are such a beautiful piece, and they did go in and put true emerald cut. The match is exquisite.
Let's pull up the
On
picture here.
these.
I mean, it is. Look at the.
Yeah.
So you can see the emerald cut, which is kind of that elongated rectangle look
Right.
to it. It's set with yellow gold backing, which really brings out the color around it. And these are very small marquee stones around it too, so it almost looks like that starburst, or how it would have looked coming out of the ground, being mining, or some type of a powerful look to it. But these are great too. Like we always talk about earrings, you can always break these down for later if you want to give one to
A
somebody.
daughter, one to a daughter-in-law,
Mhm.
right? As drops or
Yeah, it's drops, so they can be made into drops, anything like that. So
or
there's wonderful
rings.
pieces to it.
Yeah, but gosh, these are gorgeous. And the quality is just incredible on these. They do have what we talked about, the omega backs, because they're such a fine earring.
And that's something you really want, the omega backs with the classical back, so you never have to worry about them falling off.
Coming off.
And then plus it keeps it really sturdy on your ear, so it'll stay on. that, too.
Balance.
Yeah,
For
sure.
balance. Yeah. And a little fun fact too is most of your emeralds are from 2 different countries, and we can kind of go over that when you come in. You can almost see, because of the color of the green, if it lends more to a blue green or a yellow green. It's, depending on what particular country it was mined in. You've got Zambian emeralds, or, you've got
Brazilian. And it's just
Colombian.
like the color. And like I said, that's what's so cool about, we did a kind of a thing over inclusions, and especially in gemstones, is that you don't really think of inclusions as something that's bad. They're kind of just earmarks of where that stone was originated from, and what conditions it was created in. And especially in gemstones, that's where you get a lot of your different colors. And those are gorgeous right there. Very deep green.
Well, it's just Mother Nature.
Yeah.
She just leaves her little fingerprint
Yeah.
on the stones inside and out.
Mhm.
That's what that's all about.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Nothing's perfect, and we're not perfect, and can't expect our gemstones.
So I'll go back here. So this is something that we always talk about. I've got a couple of these. We printed off some cool little jewelry facts on here. Where is my largest? Very first engagement ring. There it is. The largest diamond ever found is known as the Star of David, or the Cullinan diamond. It weighs a massive 530 carats and is the largest colorless cut diamond in the world. The Cullinan diamond was presented to King Edward VII, and now is part of the crown jewels of the UK. The largest diamond ever found was the Cullinan diamond. Now, the most expensive engagement ring is given to Mariah Carey. So Mariah Carey has the ring given to Carey by James Packer costs a stunning $10 million.
But they never got
They
married.
never ended up getting married, but that was the most
Yeah.
expensive engagement ring ever given there. So.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
have to do a little more investigating on that. If she, I think she ended up keeping it.
I would have. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you can spend that,
Yeah,
you
what's
know,
that?
that's fine. I don't think we have a $10 million engagement ring in the store.
We've had some really nice ones,
Yeah.
not quite $10 million.
Not quite $10 million.
Well, if that's the most expensive one ever sold, I hope we don't have one that costs more than that. Because but Kelly, that's all I've got for today.
Oh,
Thank
listen,
you
all
so
I want
much
to
for
do is
coming
wish
in.
you a happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Father's Day this weekend.
Weekend.
We did a really cool interview with Matt from William Henry, and it's on the page if you want to go back and look at it, look at any Father's Day gifts. We've got some great pieces, whether you want to do a watch, men's jewelry, handmade knives, anything to make Father's Day special. Come into the store. It's our 50th anniversary sale. And Kelly, you're in Little Rock.
I'm in
I'll
Little
be
Rock.
around Little Rock also.
10 years.
Mm-hmm. 10 years this year. 10 years, and it's our 50th anniversary sale. So we've got some great things going on. I hope you'll like our Facebook page, follow along, and join our group, Ideally Flawless. We're going to get some cool giveaways going for maybe a best dog picture or something like that coming
Best
up.
dog. Oh.
We have the dog rings downstairs.
Yes.
So if you have a puppy, we actually have rings that are kind of around the puppy look to it. So we might have to mix one of those up in there. But guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's William Jones and Kelly Beaumar. This is another segment of Kelly's Corner. And come in and see us. And remember, life's too short for ordinary jewelry.